Hey guys, my name is Huskyus and I am going to show you how I make my thumbnails. This is going to be a one-take video so you can see my process. And let's begin. So, how I normally start is I go to the internet and in Google I will search Fortnite screenshots. Now the size of a YouTube thumbnail is 1280 pixels, 1280 by 720. So find a resolution that's bigger and on the same scale. So you can do 1920 by 1080, 2560 by 1440, or something very close to 1280 like this image, where you can stretch it to make it around that same size. So now download your photo. I do save image as, and I'm just going to save it to my camera roll because it's an empty folder and it'll be easy to find all my images that I need. Now we have it downloaded. I did download it once before this, but you know. And then the next thing I do is I go to fnbr.co. It's a Fortnite Battle Royale site, and I find a skin I like. I really like the Taro skin. It looks very cool. So does the Nara skin. And if it has a featured, it will make your thumbnail look even better. But if it doesn't, that's okay. So I'm going to use the Taro because he's pretty cool looking. So I will do save image as. Just keep it as featured, or you can name it whatever you would like and save it. So now we have our two images. That's about all we need from the internet. So now we would go into Photoshop. So you want to hit File, New. And this is where you want to make a 1280 by 720 pixel file. You want to make sure the orientation is landscape, 300 resolution for pixels per inch, RGB color, 8-bit, and a white background. If you don't do that, anything you make transparent will become black, which we will need in the future. So create your image. And this is what mine is set up like. Yours may look a little different, that's okay. So now we can go into our camera roll and we can drag our and now we can drag our screenshot onto our canvas. Hello. There we go. So now we have our screenshot on our canvas, and this one, as I said, actually it fit just fine. So that's awesome. It looks great, and it may ask you if you would like to rasterize it, rasterize your background. Won't change anything. It'll look just the same. So now what I do is I afterwards grab my skin, put it on the background as well. These will all put into new layers automatically for you. So now we have our skin and our background. So now I would try to position your skin so it's off to the side. It can be in the middle, but then it's hard to write text unless you want to like put some here and here. But I normally position him off to the right or the left. And I would position him right around here. So then you can go into your right click your icon, go to blending options. Now in blending options, I would do a drop shadow, not too much, and you can pick the angle. I normally like it. This kind of makes him look like he's like ginormous because it puts a shadow down on the map and it almost looks like he's like blocking at the sun. So that's pretty cool looking in my opinion. And then I would also do an outer glow, and sometimes I'll show you a different method if you don't like the outer glow, but I'll do an outer glow sometimes because it gets the outside of it like perfectly. And okay, let's not put up the sides. This is for the drop shadow I'm on, I just realized. So I'll go to outer glow. You can put up the size so it's like more glowy, less glowy so it's like a white border. But I'll put it around that. And then you want to pick your color and pick a color that suits it well. This guy has like some red, blue, yellow accents. So just test out the colors. Like the orange kind of blends in with the Paradise Palms. So I wouldn't pick that, but like this aqua color looks really nice. And doesn't really blend in with much. Matches the aqua on his headdress and his clothing. So I would keep that. I like that. That's my opinion though. Pick what you would like. So then after that, what I would do is, now there's two ways we can do this. I'll show you the second way after with a different way of doing the glow. It'll make your thumbnail look a little different. So now what I do is I select the polygonal lasso tool and just make some like odd shapes. Just kind of like do something along this lines. Do like a spike in every now and then. Hi cat, how are you? Oh gosh, don't interrupt the video. But yes, just do this. And I'm gonna mute my mic for a second while I do this. Unless you stopped meowing. I take that as a no. So let me mute my mic for a second. Okay, so now we're done with that. So now what you do is you hit Control, Shift, and I at the same time, and it'll select the inner border. And I take a new layer, put it below your character, take a brush tool, put it on a decently big size, and I pick a white, or like a very like light blue, like very light though. And then just color it in. You know, just color it in a bit. This cat's being very annoying right now. This is kind of funny. Ow, don't bite me. Okay. So after you color it in, you can hit Control D and it'll deselect. Now you can see how that looks. This looks pretty nice to me, other than the shadows are kind of going over the white, but there's not much we can do about it because of the way we did this one. But I still really like it because the outer glow looks very professional compared to the other way, which I normally use, just so it doesn't overlap the white. This, however, still looks very nice, and I'll probably start using this because I'm actually going to use this thumbnail in my next live stream. So, actually, we could use it for this video. Well, how about we use it for this video? This is very nice, though. Then take your text tool and pick a font you like. I use the Luckiest Sky font because it looks like the Fortnite font. So if you are doing a Fortnite video, Luckiest Sky could be a helpful font. It's free, it's commercial use, that's why I use it. So you can title your video whatever, make it a little snippet of information, be like, I hit 800 subs, 1k subs, 100 subs, new LTM, heavy shotgun, anything like that. I'm gonna make mine though, however, and it's not even on the right font. Why is it on Times New Roman? I'm gonna make mine, however, how to create, it's okay if it goes off, thumbnails. So now that we have our text, drag it over a little bit. Mine's definitely too large, so I can click on this, highlight everything, scale it down a little bit. Okay, that's on 36 points, so I'm gonna make it 24-point font. Perfect. So then you want to pick another color that complements it well. I normally go with around the same color as you use for the glow. So something along these lines stands out, easy to read. Right click it, hit blending options, and then I do another drop shadow. This one I will definitely, however, turn down the opacity and definitely make the distance of it a little closer so it's not so like in your face. And I also, not outer glow, that's not what I meant to pick. Sometimes I will pick a gradient overlay, because then with gradient overlay you can pick any gradient style and it'll make your text a gradient. That can look pretty cool. However, for now I'm just gonna keep it as this. So that's about all there is to making a thumbnail like this. So now we're gonna copy our layer here, and I'm just gonna, okay, I don't know how to copy it apparently because I'm not the brightest. That's okay. So we're gonna hit File, New, and this is gonna be the second way, very similar. Clipboard, create, boom, Control V, it's back. Now, another thing I recommend doing is make sure your image size is the correct resolution, and make sure your canvas size is also the correct resolution in pixels. Now, if you have an image over 1280 by 720, Google will either downsize it if it's on the same scale, so 1920 by 1080, 2560 by 1440, and if it's not on the same scale and say it's like 1580 by 930, they'll just crop it. So be warned of that. Now the other way I do this is very similar to this way. Now I'm going to take my character again, put him in around the same spot, but this time I'm going to clear his effects because we don't want that. Sometimes I will still put a drop shadow. It can still look good, still look cool, but that's obviously your choice and what you're trying to go for. Now I'm going to make the other drop shadow this time a little bit different. This time it's going to be, and we'll make it kind of similar. Yeah. So now this way I'll put on a new layer, put it below your character, go to your brush tool, make it, I normally go about a little bigger than the size of its head. Pick another color that you think would suit it well. So I'm going to do like a nice pink this time. Make sure that on your brush tool, the hardness is on 0 because you need to have the feathering. So now just kind of draw over the outline of your character. Just like that. It gives around the same effect. It's not as professional looking, but you can see now you have that outline of your character, like a very rough outline. So now what you can do is make another layer again, put it between your character and your background color, get your polygonal lasso tool again, and make another, shape thing. I'm going to do this one quickly just because I don't want to take up too much time, but take your time, make it look nice. This is going to be your thumbnail after all. Now, I sometimes don't spend a lot of time on thumbnails. Sometimes just ask my friend if I can use theirs, have them make me one, take a screenshot off of a game and use that. But I try to make thumbnails. So now do the Control-Shift-I to invert your selection. Go back to your brush tool, go to white, and fill it in again. Now this time what will happen is your character will be standing over or Control-D to deselect now. Your character will be standing over the white, but their backdrop is staying behind them. I like that look a little bit more, personally, but this one does look really nice as well. So this one's going for more of a pink theme, as you can tell. So take your type tool again, type out whatever you would like. I'm just going to do how to create thumbnails. It's okay if I didn't spell that right. I can't exactly see if I did. I did not. How to create thumbnails. Perfect. Change your color again to, normally I match that. So like a pinkish color would be nice. Around there. Perfect. So then you can add your drop shadow again, add your effects. And if you ever want to just copy the exact same effects as one layer, right click and hit copy layer style. And then you can right click on any layer, doesn't matter, hit paste and or right click again and hit paste layer style. And it'll add the same effect. So that about wraps it up. This is how I make my thumbnails. And this is how you can make yours too. I did watch a video originally on how to make these and then put my own twist on them. I do not remember the video. If anyone can find a video similar, then please link it to me. I'll put it in my description. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video on how to make thumbnails. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, share it with your friends, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.